like I was telling you, the beautiful thing now, and this is where when you go back and research extremely wealthy people, like the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan Chase, you go research these people, what you're going to find is that did they buy some real estate? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But they also had a lot of life insurance.
Yeah.
They had a hell of a lot of life insurance because here's the thing I love about life insurance. Low investment.
Yeah.
You ain't got to come up with 20% down, 5% down, 10% down. You don't have to do none of that. No credit checks. You don't have to worry about checking your credit. The risk, low to no risk. The only thing you got to do is make the payment. And then the beauty is that now you get compound interest.
Yeah.
And then once you get that compound interest, that growth, which is compound interest or that growth or the cash value, it's just like I'm saying equity.
Mm-hmm.
You take that equity, you take your equity. So say for example, you got 50,000 in equity. You take 30,000. Maybe let's say you pay 6%, interest or whatever. You take 30,000. But guess what? That 30,000 that you took out is tax free.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay taxes on debt.
Right.
You pay taxes on gains.
Mm-hmm.
So even in your stock portfolio, would take loans against your cash, against the value of your portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sell stocks and take the money, because then you're going to pay capital gains. You go say, look, I got my portfolio is worth 20,000. I need a $10,000 loan.
Yeah.
And then now you take that 10,000 and now leverage that 10,000, or in the case of your life insurance, leverage that 30,000 and now go buy you something now that's going to make you money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the game.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. That's how they got wealthy. That's how the wealthy got wealthy. That's how they keep their money. They create debt. Create debt.
No, that didn't include the real estate itself and land.
Exactly.
What you're telling me about land and the things you can do about land.
Bro, listen. So I have one of my classmates, she called me the other day and she told me that they have turned 30 acres up in Lufkin, Texas into a solar farm. Mm-hmm. And she said that if that pipeline, some oil pipeline had came through there, she said they would have never needed money for the rest of their life.
How much money we talking about? They made.
She said never need any more money for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So the couple things I want, and we're going to kind of, in our next meeting, we're going to get into this here.
Yeah.
When we start looking at land, we're going to start looking at, number one is location, but not only that, what can we do with it? Can we do solar farms? Can we do battery farms? Can we do cell towers? Where you contact Sprint or Verizon and say, hey, I want to lease you some land to put a cell tower on.
Yeah.
Can you do battery farms? I want to lease my land to somebody that can put the batteries on there. We're going to look at what can you do with trees? Can you then sell some of the pulp? This land now has to be income producing. You want to get into cows? We'll figure out how to get into cows.
That's on top of the land gaining this value.
That's on top of the land gaining this value.
And we gonna do this.
Listen, we gonna do this. I'm your advisor.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I again, and I'm gonna start wrapping up because I know you got another meeting, but I appreciate you for trusting me. That is the greatest honor, and I'm gonna tell you how I move, how I live. I always tell my clients this: just because I earned your trust yesterday, don't mean that I got your trust the next day. I'm gonna continue to earn your trust, continue to operate at my highest and best self, and then give you the benefits of what my knowledge and my know and all this right here.
For a recap, you got me $10 million set up with the trust.
Yep.
We're about to touch land. We're about to touch real estate.
Yep.
And any other assets, we haven't followed it yet, but for sure land and real estate.
Yep.
With the land, how much would you say, you gonna make me in, in the next, whatever, 5, 10 years, whatever?
So I think that what we're gonna do is that as I'm looking at it, I'm gonna go two ways. As our policies start increasing in cash value, I'm gonna start taking loans against that money. And then now we're gonna take, so say for
Hold
example.
on, let back up.
Go ahead.
With $1 million per head I got in my trust with these policies, what type of cash value we talking about?
So right now, I don't want to be specific on the numbers, but let's just say hypothetical.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if we have say 20,000 on 20,000 on say you got 20,000 cash value. What my vision is, or the strategy that I want to use is you're going to take say a $10,000 loan, and now go buy as much land as we can buy with $10,000. Pay, and then pay yourself back. And then now wait, and then I go and say we got 40,000. Go buy as much land as we can with 40,000. Pay yourself back, and then go and just keep duplicating the process. I think that a reasonable number is that to get you up to say 200 acres, and part of that 200 acres is going to be some home development because because remember, you talked about doors. So I'm gonna get you doors. I'm just gonna come in a different way.
Yeah.
If I can get you to build 50 houses, that's still 50 doors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna come at it a different way. So ultimately, you know, we got a solid business plan, and everything is in the event that anything happens prematurely, you got your trust protection. So listen, this is what businessmen do. This is what people like. For me, I think that the most admirable thing I can say about you is that you're not afraid of death. You ain't afraid of dying, and that's why you were able to have this here conversation.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I appreciate it.
For sure, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Appreciate it. You know, one of the things that I want to, you know, in closing, when we're in Atlanta playing here, as they say, and why I'm so passionate about this, and why it, for me, working with you has been like just a honor, because it was a conversation that we had, and you were like, Anthony, like you said, like, I believe that if every black family in America had life insurance,
specifically $1 million on each head.
$1 million on each head.
For real.
You said that how that would change the justice system, that would change the economic system, that would change our voting system, because now we have economic power. And I think that when families understand that, and we move from this space of barely enough just to bear our families, to where now we can actually make a generational impact.
And what I would have stopped doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just having that picture. Imagine everything that'll fix.
Yep.
You know, especially all these, you know, people getting killed for no reason.
Right.
Shit like that, man.
Right.
Motherfuckers think twice about pulling that trigger when
Exactly.
insurance companies got something to say about it.
Right. The insurance companies have the best lawyers that there are.
They down there going bankrupt because they got to pay $1 million every time a black person get shot and killed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They have a lot to say about that.
So I think that if that's why this is important. What I always tell people, and I'll close with this and we'll be finished. You know, I always tell people, you know, I said, look, I get it, right? But it's not fair that you die and go to heaven and you leave hell back here for your family and loved ones to deal with. That ain't fair. You going on and so for me, I think that between that sentiment and having, you know, your family and your generations protected, bro, like I said, you good. You good. So that's a wrap, bro.
Yeah.